If there's ever anything, always let your coach know and they can let me know. That way we can cover things that are useful for everybody. Hi, Raquel.
Hi.
That's your Seattle picture.
It is.
I recognize it. I was there. There's Natika.
Yay.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Are you
Hey.
asleep? Are you in bed? Yes.
I'm tired.
It's okay. It's been a long day. It's been a long week.
It sure is.
I think I'm anxious for the holidays to come already, that these weeks are just taking so long.
Are you anxious because you've already finished all your Christmas shopping or something?
I have like a couple more things I gotta do, but I'm off for a few days. I
Nice.
get off, yeah. They give us off from the 22nd through, well, I took the 22nd. I took a couple extra days all the way till January 3rd. So
That's
why I'm
nice.
anxious.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah. It's nice. Well, let's get started. I don't know if anybody else is going to come on. I know I usually go with what the Sunday call is about, and I guess it kind of goes with it, but I'm not really ready to think about goals for the next year yet. I'm in the process of starting to think about this past year and reflecting on what went well, what didn't go well, what I want to change. But as far as deciding what I want to accomplish in this next year, I'm just not there yet. I told my coach, give me a few more weeks, but I'll get there with specifics. Anyway, in looking at the last year, there's a few things that I feel, reflecting on my own journey, there's a few things I feel I could probably do better. There's a lot of things I did very well and very consistent, but there's always areas where we struggle. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that today. When I do my coaching calls, I like to ask my clients what feels good right now and what feels hard right now. And I want to kind of go with the what feels hard right now, because I feel like with a group of people, some of us have been in Fitme a long time, some are brand new, but I think we all have some words of wisdom to help each other through those hard times, because we're all about support. So I'll go first. One area that I'm struggling in at this particular moment is meal prep. And I actually was doing really well with meal prep through most of the year because I went through different seasons. One of those was a weight loss season where I had to be prepared. And I found now in the holiday season that I don't know if it's the busyness of everything or having to do all these things, or if I'm just kind of relaxing a little bit because it is the holidays, but my meal prep just hasn't been that great. And if I'm not prepared, I tend to have some days where I'm just like, whatever, bring pizza, I'll eat it, do this, I'll eat it. It doesn't matter. I eat more snacks if I'm not prepared. I tend to be craving foods more. And so that's kind of something that I kind of want to get under control, especially for the new year. And going into the new year, I think that's going to be one of my biggest goals, is to get back on track with my food prep. And I know how to do it. It's just, it takes planning. It takes a little bit of time. And right now, I just really don't want to dedicate the time to it, to be honest. But getting back into that same routine that I had before, I think is going to is going to be key. And I'm waiting for the holidays to finish. I know that we're not supposed to wait. We're supposed to just jump back into it, but it's hard. It's something I don't want to work on right now. Is there anything anybody else is struggling with currently?
Marlena, I'm like with you, the meal prep, because I'm finding it's like, oh, get home from work. I'm like, what am I going to eat? I didn't prep anything up. And it's like, I think it's because my weekends have been so busy. And normally my weekends are solid for, oh, let's go to the grocery store, gonna cut up all the stuff that I need. I'm gonna cook my chicken, I'm gonna cook my baked potatoes. And I haven't done that since Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
But I've had something going on every single weekend, which interrupts. So I'm going to the grocery store on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'm not doing my order, ahead of time. I'm actually going to the grocery store and spending the hour. And then I'm too exhausted. I come home and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. But
Yeah.
I finally cooked up some chicken this week, and I take half of it to work so it can be at work, so I can have my breakfast and my lunch there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I keep the other half at home. But I'm not cutting up. I finally got my butt in gear on Sunday night and cut up some vegetables to take to work with me. But yeah, I haven't planned any dinners at all for like 3 weeks.
Do you typically plan your dinners ahead of time?
I started to, just because that way it makes it easier for me to go grocery shopping. And that way, it takes the pressure off of me of, what are we having for dinner? That's the question that I get. What are we having for dinner? Well, why don't you come up with something? Why do I always have to come up with something? So usually when I go to do the grocery list, I go through and I'm like, okay, these are the meals that we wrote down that we like.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to pick? Pick 4 of them.
Yeah.
So that way, I've got that taken care of, and I don't have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like waking up early to do my walking and my routine and everything. Then the rest of the day, I don't have to think about it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the meal prep and the meal planning is what
Mhm.
is a struggle for me right now.
Yeah. And I keep a grocery list, like it's in my app because I order my groceries for pickup. And so everything's in there. I just have to go in and order it. And I just haven't been doing it. Partly, I think part of it is the cost of the groceries right now. It's just so expensive. I went into the grocery store the other day and bought just a few things, and it was like $200. And I just, I have things to buy for Christmas and all of this stuff. And it's just, I don't know if that's part of it. It probably is. And boredom, I think, with my list. I think it's time to add some new stuff to my list, because it's chicken, broccoli, and potatoes every day, or rice, and I think I need some variety in there. And all of these holiday meals and stuff, that's the variety I think I'm craving. And so that's why I'm eating that instead of what I should.
And trying, what I could eat every day. I could eat chicken every day, but not my better. No, I shouldn't say my better half. Not my other half.
Yeah, my kids get bored too.
But yeah, and I mean, it's just me and my husband now. So it's like, I could eat what I eat, and he just kind of looks at me like tonight. He's like, well, I want to pick something up. And I was like, okay, well, what are you going to pick up? And he's like, well, why don't we go to Arby's? I was like, fine, pick me up a roast beef sandwich, but just a sandwich. I said, I'm going to have a baked potato and mixed vegetables. And I just took the meat off the sandwich and just ate the meat. I didn't eat the bun. So, that could do my fit me plate there. So.
Well, you made some good choices in there as well.
So
you got to give yourself credit for that.
Yeah.
What about you other ladies? Struggling anywhere?
My daughter really likes McDonald's, or as she calls it, old McDonald's. And in this busy time of year, especially Sunday nights, we're rushing home from church and probably
Mhm.
didn't have time to pack any, like, sometimes we bring a sandwich and it's usually a pretty good sandwich and like, it's okay to eat a sandwich, but
Yeah.
the past month or so, we've been stopping at old McDonald's, and pre-pandemic, like, could get something I maybe felt decent about eating from McDonald's, and
Mm-hmm. How
not
old is your
anymore.
daughter?
She is 4.5.
Okay. Is
So-
she a picky eater?
No, she eats
No?
anything.
Oh,
She
good.
just likes McDonald's the best. We go for tacos, chicken, anything, but
Yeah.
McDonald's is fast, which is also
Convenient.
trying to get home and get to bed
Yeah.
for school night.
Yeah. So you said that's usually on Sunday nights?
Sunday nights, yeah. The rest of the week, I use an app for meal planning and it orders my groceries and like,
Mhm.
and I don't have to think about it. It's pretty good.
So maybe that's
Wow.
your one, treat for the week. If it's something you really want to eliminate, I mean, you can always bring your own food and get her the treat, if she really wants old McDonald's, just get her the whatever she eats and you eat whatever you brought along, or wait till you get home if it's something you really want to get rid of, in your plan. Kids are hard. Kids are hard and they're easy to please. And sometimes you just need to give them what they want. What about you, Raquel or Natika? Are you struggling anywhere?
Let me count the ways. I think this week I had to just tell myself have you heard the KISS? The KISS, keep it simple,
Yeah.
stupid.
Uh-huh.
Because I just it's busy. Everything's busy, and then we've got sickness going around work right now, so I'm kind of holding down the fort, and it's a lot. And so one day, we're only Wednesday, one day, I packed my lunch and I was like, I just didn't even want to eat it. I just wanted to get out of there. And so I went and I got me a taco salad, and it comes in a tortilla bowl. And I was like, okay, I won't eat all of the tortilla bowl. And so I just ate a little bit, but that was the dumbest decision I could make because I'm by myself and I'm not eating fried foods. And then my stomach is just like, nope. So I made me egg roll in a bowl because it's easy. It's easy, and some white rice. And so that's what I ended up having yesterday and today. And it's, and then I bought some pre-made chicken breasts from Sam's and a bag of salad.
Mhm.
And that way I can have that too. But yeah, I think I'm on the same train as you guys with the meal prep, and then just kind of getting bored and figuring out, okay, what can,
Yeah.
how can I keep it simple and still appetizing, right? Like,
Yeah.
because it's good food. It's just,
I took a prepped lunch to work today too, because I did do a meal prep on Sunday. I just meal prep. It wasn't dinner. It wasn't any. I didn't eat it on Sunday. I just did rice, Brussels sprouts, and some chicken, and packed up like 5 containers and put them in the fridge and put mom on them all because I didn't want anybody to eat them. And today I took one to lunch and I just didn't want it. It was sitting in the fridge at lunch and I just really didn't want it. And I texted my husband and I said, do you want to meet for lunch? Because he's off on Wednesdays. And now that our students are gone, we have an hour and a half for lunch. And that's a perfect time to go out to eat. So we met and we had a burger, and you know, usually it was a good burger. What was kind of funny about it, it was this new place and they have like all the veggies in a little like salad bar type place, you know, thing. They just bring you the meat and the cheese and the bun. And we forgot about the veggies. We finished the burger and I looked to the side and I was like, oh my God, we forgot the veggies. We were so hungry. We just ate the burger like that. It was, I mean, it was good, but I was like, I didn't get any vegetables at lunch. But I got home and he made dinner and he made Brussels sprouts, potatoes, and steak. And so I was like, oh, thanks. You know, I was very appreciative of it because I didn't ask him to cook dinner, but he did. And now I have, you know, I have lunch for Friday and I still have my lunch at work for tomorrow. So, but
I
yeah,
want to come
it's
to
like,
your house for dinner.
I was surprised. I didn't know he was gonna cook. I thought he was gonna say, we're getting pizza again. But yeah, the boredom is real.
So when I struggle with the boredom, because the chicken is definitely a regular thing, I add a different flavor to the chicken. So like this week I cooked chicken. My husband bought a stupid air fryer. So we decided to try. I, I don't I put I my family does not love chicken thighs and I don't love chicken breast. So the
Mhm.
compromise is we get the chicken breast, but I cut it into strips. And then you can cook the strips in different ways. So a couple of the one chicken breast probably went into that air fryer thing so that they could see that it really isn't as good as my chicken. So then I cooked one in the frying pan, just pan fried with some olive oil. And then I cooked another batch, same way in the olive oil, but I added a maple bourbon glaze to it. It was yummy. So it kind of took the boring chicken and made it really good. And I put a couple of potatoes in the air fryer and then I put some in the oven so that they could see the ones in the oven were better than the ones in the air fryer. But I actually put like some ranch seasoning on the potatoes to get change the taste a bit. So that's what I do for boredom. As for my struggles, mine is movement. I'm back in the office every Monday and Wednesday, and on Monday when I get home, I am exhausted. My commute is long, my work day is long. I don't want to do anything, and I haven't been. And then Tuesdays, I like to work out at noon. I now have this meeting every fucking Tuesday at 11 o'clock that interferes with my noon workout. And instead of, so on Tuesdays, I will work out at home. I will get my steps. Then Wednesday, I go back in the office like today. I had to set an alarm to remember to call in because I was already ready to be asleep at 7:30. So the days that I go in, I am not getting my steps in. I'm not getting my intentional movement in. That's my struggle. That's the thing that bothers me the most at this very moment. Food boredom is definitely a thing. But Pepper Palace, they're everywhere. They have a lot of good sauces that you can use to pour over your food. The maple bourbon glaze is good on Brussels sprouts. It's good on chicken. It's good on anything.
Pepper Palace.
Yes, you can order it online. They are in outlets. They're everywhere.
So when you go into the office, are you at a desk all day? Is
I
that why you're
am.
not getting any steps? Do you get
I am.
breaks?
I I don't have a schedule like that, so I could take a break, but I am in downtown homeless DC. So it's not a place you're gonna go outside and go for a walk. I do get up every hour and walk around my floor, but it's not enough to amount to anything. So when I get home, I actually have 5,000 or more steps.
But
So
you're
there's no
tired.
reason why I can't go outside and go for a walk. But by the time I get home, it's dark. It's
What time do
25
you go to
degrees.
work?
I get there by 6:30.
Oh,
I
early.
leave around 3:30 and I don't get home until about 5.
Oh, wow. That's a big commute.
So the commute is some shit. So by the time I get home, I'm just drained.
Well, maybe that's the day that you don't get steps in, and that's the
But
day
it's
that you
2
do
days
yoga
out of my
or
week.
do stretching, or do you do Tories? I
I
just got
I
Tories
have
and I love
Tories.
them.
I have
They're my
Tories, and
favorite.
it's so crazy. Monday I did Tories in the bed because
Yeah,
I went to work, came home exhausted, got in the bed. I was like, let me do some of my Tory exercise, literally in my bed.
yeah. They're now my favorite. I'd rather do that than strength training.
Mm,
I love Tories.
don't love Tory
Just
exercises. I
rolling on the
definitely
ground and
love.
stretching and breathing.
No, I need to be lifting some weights or something. I need to feel my muscles actually moving.
Yeah,
Working.
yeah, I get it. But that might be your rest, your rest day. Just give yourself some grace on that day. If it's
Yeah,
such a long commute, you're doing all the other things, right? You're still eating
yeah,
well and
absolutely. I
drinking
take my
water.
breakfast, I take my lunch, I get my water. They
Hmm.
actually provide lunch on Wednesdays. I still take my lunch because my lunch is a Fitme planned,
Yeah.
prepared lunch. So my kids look forward to what is mom bringing home from work today, because they know
Oh, you
whatever the
bring
crap
home their
is, I
lunch?
bring it home to them.
Nice.
So today I
It's a
brought
treat
home
for them.
3 little personal pizzas because I have 2 kids and a husband. They all had a pizza. I didn't eat that crap because I had
Yeah,
delicious chicken, Brussels sprouts, and potatoes. It wasn't even
yeah.
tempting.
It's funny that you say that about the cooking things different ways, because my husband made Brussels sprouts, potatoes, which I make all the time. And then he made some steaks, which I don't normally do, but he cooked them different than I cook them. And the kids noticed. They made
Did they
comments.
like it? Oh Lord,
No, they like mine better.
of course.
I roast my Brussels sprouts, and so they're a little bit crispy.
Yeah.
And they like their vegetables roasted because they like the crispiness of it. They don't like soft vegetables. And so his were a little soft. He did them just on the stove.
Yeah.
I think he overcooked them a little bit. I don't think he's in
Lord.
there. Just a little bit. And then he used a different seasoning on the potatoes. His potatoes were really good, but it was a different seasoning. And my son noticed. He's like, this isn't the seasoning mom uses.
Damn kids.
It's funny because they like it. They like what I make, but they get bored with it. And then if it
Hmm.
changes, they're like, why is this different? So it's like, well, what do you guys want? you know, but they're teenagers, so they notice those things. I don't know that the little ones would notice.
I don't know. She got upset that her sled had the wrong color string on it the other day. Like I didn't notice that it was now white instead of black, but you're right. String.
My youngest was like that. He had to have green. Everything had to be green. And we color coded our kids when they were small because it was easier because they were so close in age. And so we just had, one was blue, one was pink, and one was green. And he got so used to the green. So whenever things would change, it just didn't sit well with him. He's like, this is not the same. Something's different. But any other struggles? Snacks?
I've stopped snacking. I've started eating more during my meals.
Did you?
Good job.
Is that
I
working?
did because it is working because I just don't, because then I don't end up snacking. Like I'll skip the snack and then I'm starving. And whenever I get home, I'm like eating whatever little bags
Mhm,
of chips the kids don't eat because I'm like, I just need something right now.
mhm.
And so I started bulking up my breakfast and my lunch,
Mhm.
and that's helped me. That's really helped me.
That's good.
Yeah, mine was just all the sugary things that they had at work, but thank goodness the Christmas thing is over. So there's nothing at work to snack on, which is good.
Mhm.
I ended up giving away, so like Terry got gifted this huge basket and she's like, here, you take it and take it into work. And it only took 2 days. I put it in the lunchroom and it was gone in 2 days. So I
Yeah.
brought the basket back empty. And
That's good.
you know, my brother, he didn't know what to get anybody. So he got us all candy, and just not little candy. He bought us a huge bag of Hershey Kisses. And I'm just like, oh my God, the candy cane ones. I'm like, "Ah." So I ended up taking those to work. I'm like, well, I'll
Yeah.
take them to work. So that way they're out of the house.
Mhm.
And so it's like, but then I'd find myself opening my drawer
Grabbing
and
it.
taking one. And then finally I was like, oh my God. So I went around all the aisles and
Handed
put
them
Hershey
out.
Kisses on everybody's desk
Oh,
until they were gone. Because I'm just like, I gotta get them out of here. I just gotta get them. Because
Yeah.
you know, it's a habit that I just don't like to have. I mean, my normal snack is, you know, I have beef jerky and a cheese stick or an apple. And so, you know, so that way I get a little bit of extra protein, and then, you know, I've got a carb to go with it, or a
Mhm.
protein to go with my carb. So, you know, and that sustains me. So when I start getting hungry, I just know, I mean, I take a box, you know, and there are the individual packs of the beef jerky, which is perfect
Yeah.
because, you know, they're only 60 calories.
Mhm.
And then I take my apples. So I take enough, you know, I pack for my week at work because I'm there Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that way, you know, I'm good at work. It's just getting it at home, because then I'm like, ooh, what am I eating? You know, so it's just like, you know, I get out of, you know, I stayed home Tuesday because I was supposed to have a coaching call for my mindset, but it got canceled. And so it's like now I'm going into work tomorrow to make up for my Tuesday. And so my whole week is just kind of thrown off. But I
Yeah.
did good today. I haven't snacked on any sugar today. So
Good.
that's my win for today.
One of my strategies for work, because we have a break room and there's usually like a box of donuts in there or some kind of candies, like a bowl of candies. I started parking on the other side of the building and going in a different door. Because when I would come in the back door, you walk by the break room and I would always look in, see what's on the table, you know? So I started parking on the other side of the building. I come in the back door on the other side, go straight to my area. And I just stay out of that whole corner. I don't use the break room to eat because I eat outside. I just stay out of there because if I go in there, I'm going to want to grab whatever they have. You know, they'll have pies sitting out. They'll have, you know, all kinds of sweet stuff. They'll bring donuts, they'll bring cookies, and this danger zone. So I stay away.
Well, I did make the executive decision to only eat the good treats. If I take a bite of something and it doesn't taste good, it's in the garbage, because it's like,
Yeah.
why am I going to eat those calories when it doesn't even taste good? So
Yeah, that's great.
I make the treats
Yeah.
count.
I'll finish it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not
Well,
great.
you know, and I'm pretty fortunate. Everyone's like, oh, do you like pie? I'm like, no, I don't like pie at all. So I get fortunate around the holidays because everyone wants
It's
pie for
always
dessert.
pie.
And I'm like, you can have it. No, thanks. I'll pass.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Natika? You unmuted. I saw you.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't.
Does anybody
Natika's
have
a
any
hell yes
comments?
or a hell no.
I
Yeah.
definitely am.
Yeah.
The all or nothing is sometimes a problem.
Well, thank you,
But I
ladies,
am
for coming
fortunate to be
on.
on the break room floor that has no snacks.
Oh,
So
that's good.
yeah,
No, ours has snacks.
that would be the worst.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming on.
Are we having
Thank
it
you,
next week?
Marlena.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, We'll be here next
Because I
week.
need it.
Wait, what's happening next week? Next week isn't Christmas, is it?
No, but
right?
it's the Wednesday before Christmas.
Oh, Lord.
So if you go on the movement call, the 26th, there's not going to be a movement call if you do attend that one. But yes, we will be here next Wednesday.
Cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you.
to you
Have a
guys
good
later.
night.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Good night.